What is up, everybody? I'm Jared, and I will be going over my core four of MLB picks for PrizePicks today. If you're new here, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. That way we know that you're following along with the picks. It also helps you to get notified when these shows are posted. We do them just about every single day. Also, if you're not currently playing on PrizePicks and you wanted to give it a shot, if you sign up there using promo code WINDAILY, that will get you a 100% deposit match up to $100. We will also go ahead and throw in a free 60-day trial period of WinDaily Gold for you. It's about a $100 value, gets you access to all of our daily articles. Also gets you access to our Discord. We're talking about different PrizePicks plays and also DFS plays. So go join PrizePicks today using promo code WINDAILY. So today is Friday. It's a full day of baseball. We actually have most of the games starting around the 7 o'clock time period. So with that, let's go ahead and jump in. The first one that we are going to do today is, let me go ahead and pull that up, is going to be Austin Hayes and his hitter fantasy score. He has a very beatable hitter fantasy score today of 6.5. It's a pretty sweet spot for him. The Orioles tonight get a really great matchup against Reed Detmers. Yes, Reed Detmers threw a no-hitter this year, but if you look at a lot of his starts, he really lucked out. He's a low strikeout guy, and he was getting really lucky with his BABIP. That's batting average on balls in play. It's been extremely low in a whole bunch of his starts. The BABIP gods have returned, and he has regressed. His last two starts have been extremely poor. His ERA over his last two starts is 6. It's actually over 6. So he's really at the point where he is struggling now, and he's facing off against a pretty hot Orioles team. I believe the Orioles win streak is up to 5 games, and they're only 4 games under 500. If you would have said that a month ago, people would have thought that you're crazy. But the Orioles lineup is much improved with Adley Rutschman in there. But we're going to go ahead and use Austin Hayes today. Hayes has really been one of the Orioles' better hitters all year, especially against lefties. Over the last month, he's been crushing lefties. He's got a 407 ISO versus them and a 472 WOBA. We don't need a whole lot from him today, really just a single, a run scored, an RBI, or even an extra base hit and an RBI. That 6.5 hitter fantasy score is very beatable. Our model actually has him at 9 tonight, so there's some value between that 6.5 and the 9. So we're going to go with the over on this hitter fantasy score for Austin Hayes. The next one that we are going to do is going to be Tim Anderson of the Chicago White Sox. Let's see what we have for him today. We're going to go with the 1.5 hits plus walks, and we're going to go with the over on that. The White Sox get a matchup against Tariq Skubal today. Skubal, he was dominant earlier in the year, but he's really been struggling of late. His Ks are down, his earned run average, his ERA is up. Until he gets right again, we really need to attack him. And with the White Sox being one of the best teams in the league against lefties, this is a great spot for them. Over the last month or so, Skubal's, again, he struggled. His xFIP is approaching 5, and he's got an ERA of just about 9. So even though the ERA is probably a little on the high side, his xFIP of 5 really indicates that he is struggling right now. One of the things that I'm really looking at with this prop is that Skubal's whip, walks plus hits per inning, is at 1.91 over the past month. So he is getting wild. He's also giving up a lot of hits. So with this hits plus walks and Anderson being so good against lefties, it's a great number for him. If we look at what Anderson's done against southpaws this year, he's got a 430 on base percentage against them. So he's getting on base 43% of the time against lefties. Knowing that Skubal is allowing a lot of walks and hits right now, that almost 2 whip, this is just a great spot. So we're going to go ahead and lock in the over on this number for Anderson. He's been great against lefties. He hits for power, and he also is extremely patient against them too with that high on base percentage. So we're going to go with the over on this one. The next one that we are going to go with is going to be Jace Peterson and his total base number of 0.5. All we need out of Jace today is a single, and he absolutely can do it. It's got a nice matchup against JT Brubaker. The reason I'm going here is Brubaker is a sinker ball pitcher. He throws it about 40 to 45% of the time to really both sides of the plate. And Peterson has a pretty long track record of doing well against sinkers, especially from righties. Over his last 35 plate appearances where a righty has thrown him a sinker, he's got a 350 ISO and a 522 WOBA. But most importantly, he's got a 91% contact rate. So he's making contact almost all the time against this pitch. And with Brute Breaker, he's not a great pitcher. He's not an awful pitcher, but he's not great. So this is a really good spot for Jace Peterson tonight. Also a good spot for the Brewers too. But I really like to pick and choose my spots with Peterson. And this is a really good spot for him. And again, all we need with that half total base number is a single, and he can absolutely do it. Peterson also has really solid numbers against Brew Baker over his career, mostly because of the sinker ball that he throws. So we're going to go with the over on this half total base number for Jace Peterson. The final one that we're going to go with for our core four today is going to be Aaron Ashby and his 5 strikeouts. Really like this target for him. He's facing off against a Pirates team that has been K'ing just a ton. Over last week, they have a 30% K rate. But if we dial that back a little bit and see what they've done against lefties, the projected lineup tonight for the Pirates is a 33% K rate versus lefties over the last month. So that's really important. Guys like Chavis and Castillo, they both have K rates over 35% against lefties over the last month. So if he can neutralize those two guys and some of the other righties in this lineup, he's got a great chance of having an extremely high ceiling with his case tonight. Ashby faced the Pirates about a week ago and was able to strike out 6 in just 3 2/3 of an inning. Now that game, he did give up 4 runs, but if he can limit that damage, he's got all the ceiling in the world. I could see him getting 7 to 8 or even 9 strikeouts tonight if he can limit the damage. Our model currently has him at 7. Again, I think he gets 8 or 9. So we're going to go with the over on this 5 strikeout number for Aaron Ashby tonight. So if we do a recap of our core 4 today, we're going to go with the over on Austin Hayes' 6.5 hitter fantasy score. We're going to go with the over on the 1.5 hits plus walks for Tim Anderson. We're going to go with the over on the half total base for Jace Peterson. And we're going to go with the over on the 5 strikeouts for Aaron Ashby. So that's our core 4 tonight. If you end up using them, just make sure to hit like and subscribe. That way we know that you're following along. So if you have any questions about your own picks, just make sure to drop some notes in the comments. We'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. It is Friday. Let's go 4-0 on this beautiful Friday. Good luck, everyone.